Welcome to Lambo and Matt's World of Sports. Did you watch last night's game? Did you watch those 49ers get embarrassed by the Ravens? I know I picked the 49ers to win by at least 14 points, but that just wasn't the case last night when it came out to these 49ers. They really got exposed in some way, shape, or form. Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions, especially in the first half, and it was not very good. Lamar Jackson, I think, is ahead of the odds to win the MVP race, obviously. I think Lamar Jackson will probably win the MVP. I think Brock Purdy's out the race due to a bad game. Dak Prescott's out the MVP race due to the bad game he had against the Buffalo Bills. So I think Lamar Jackson is on pace to win MVP, obviously, this season. You need your merch, go to TotemPoNation.com. Without further ado, let's get started. Well. I have to be the first one to admit that I was definitely wrong. The Ravens on the road at Santa Clara Stadium, obviously the 49ers stadium, they put an ass whooping. The ass whooping was so bad, it was not even funny. They put an ass whooping on those 49ers. Man, Lamar Jackson, playing at a high caliber level, a high MVP caliber level, obviously. When it came out to this game, despite the Ravens losing a lot of running backs and losing Mark Andrews, obviously, they were able to run the ball well efficiently. The Ravens defense, by the way, had 5 turnovers against this efficient 49ers offense. Now, Brock Purdy has had 4 picks, and Sam Darnold came in the game. Now, apparently, Brock Purdy has a stinger, so we're not sure if he's able to play next week because he reactivated the injury, obviously, which a stinger is not good. When it comes down to the Baltimore Ravens, I think they're really, like I said, on our top 5 list we had a couple weeks ago, I think the Baltimore Ravens are the most consistent team in all of NFL football. Do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? I don't think so. I was stating my reasons why they won't win the Super Bowl. One of them is they only won 2 playoff games since 2015. We see this from the Ravens. Obviously, the Ravens are sitting at 12-3 right now, which they are 7-1 on the roads, which means their final 2 games might be at home. One will be against the Miami Dolphins next week, which would be a very, very good matchup. Here's what I liked about the strategy of the game. I think the 49ers completely just got outcoached. Surprisingly, Kyle Shanahan got outcoached by a good Mac McDonald defensive coordinator and a John Harbaugh team who was the head coach and also is known for very great special teams. When it came down to the Ravens, they were very, very hungry. They wanted to play. They fought. They ran the ball efficiently. They threw the ball all over this 49ers defense. This 49ers defense is the top 3 in all the NFL, and they were able to throw the ball over this defense. Look at Zay Flowers go off. Nelson Aguilar with some catches. Zay Flowers is a leading receiver. When it came to the 49ers, it just came down to turnovers. When you have 5 turnovers against a good top-tier Ravens defense, it does not win you any games at all. When Brock Purdy threw the first interception, I think that was part of it. I thought Brock Purdy was able to bounce back. Everybody has a bad game. Now, I never said Brock Purdy was an elite quarterback. But when it comes down to this stuff, like I said, he just had a bad game. And once he threw those 3 interceptions, there was literally no coming back from that when you threw 3 interceptions in the first half. They still literally kept him in the game. MVP numbers. Now, I understand that looking at his regular season stats for Lamar Jackson, he's only 15th in passing yards, tied for 14th in touchdowns. He's only tied for 79th in interceptions, obviously, for his regular season stats. And he's 8th in QBR with 63, obviously. This is really not his best numbers this season, obviously, because he's only responsible touchdown-wise for about 74% of his touchdowns, obviously. But when it comes down to this, for his last couple of games, his last 5 games, he's only on 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, obviously. So when it comes to Lamar Jackson, I think he is on ranking to be MVP once again, obviously. So the numbers is not looking as good, but at least he's rushing Lamar Jackson-wise. I think he's at least rushing for at least about 700, 800 yards this year, obviously, when it comes to Lamar Jackson. So I think Lamar Jackson has the best odds to win the MVP And when it comes to these Baltimore Ravens, I think the Baltimore Ravens will be able to lock up the number one seed just because the Chiefs are not looking so good. And I don't think there's any other team in the AFC that's really gonna lock their number one seed. I think the Ravens are stamped to have the number one seed. Of course, when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, they have to be able to win out the rest of their games to get the number one seed, which I think they will because the last two games, like I said, is the Miami Dolphins and of course the Pittsburgh Steelers at the very end of the season as well. So, like I said, Lamar Jackson is rushing for 786 yards with 5 touchdowns, obviously. So I think Lamar Jackson has the best odds to win the MVP race. When it comes to the 49ers, I think the 49ers will be able to bounce back. I still have the 49ers in my hopes to win the Super Bowl once again. I don't think any other team in the NFC is going to stop the 49ers. I don't think the Eagles are going to stop the 49ers. I don't think the Lions will be able to stop the 49ers. I don't think the Rams are able to stop the 49ers. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to beat the 49ers. The 49ers are still one of the teams in the NFL to watch out for. But as of right now, the Baltimore Ravens have improved and they have shown that they are the best team in the NFL as of right now. With the 49ers final games, they play at Washington and against the Rams, obviously, at home. So they should be able to win out and be 13-4. But like I said, Lamar Jackson has the best odds to win MVP. As of now, if I had to pick one, will be a Lamar Jackson. Obviously, if it's not a quarterback, it might be Tyreek Hill. We'll see how that goes. But this is it for Lambo and Matt Sports. We need your merch. You go to TotemPoleNation.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Totem Pole Nation. This is it for Lambo and Matt Sports. Like I said, I don't think the Ravens are going to make the Super Bowl, and I think the 49ers, if they ever meet again for the Super Bowl matchup, the 49ers will embarrass them. Mark my words. Adios. Y'all have a great